Okay guys, here we go with an onion jam. Nice simple one this, very few ingredients. 4 or 5 onions. Now these were a bit small so I used 5. 4 medium would be better, but this doesn't make an awful lot. So if you want to make more than 2 jars, up the onions a bit. A lemon, some balsamic vinegar, red wine vinegar, a couple of 100 grams of sugar, either granulated or castor, and some salt. A little bit of oil later on for cooking the onions in, and an optional sprinkle of black pepper if you want to spice it up a little bit. I'm going to use a bit of thyme for flavouring, fresh thyme, but you can use any herbs you've got. I sprinkled a bit of tarragon in towards the end as well. Here we go then, let's zoom in and get these onions chopped up. Top, tail, peel and chop the onions. Fairly big chunks, not too big, not too small. Into a bowl, and we're going to sprinkle over 1 to 2 teaspoons of salt and let these sit for about an hour. We're going to draw a bit of moisture out of the onions. Not quite as long as we do with the chutneys, but we draw a bit of moisture out nonetheless. Okay then guys, we'll do a bit of this video with some audio, shall we? Oh, I don't know. Right, we've chopped the onion. Each one's loads of big pieces. Fairly big dice, look. Been salted with about 2 teaspoons of salt. And there's quite a lot of liquid in there. It's hard to make out because there's not as much as when we do it overnight. But the unusual thing with this recipe is we're going to use that liquid. So we got the lemon zested, we got the sugar weighed out, we got the lemon juiced, we got a few thyme leaves. Time to start cooking, I reckon. Okay, in a decent sized pan, about a tablespoon of oil. I'm just using olive oil because it's on the table there. Okay, that's warm. In with the onions and the liquid, which is a bit unusual. And all we're going to do now is going to sweat these down for about 10 minutes till they're translucent, no browning. So keep an eye on it to start off with and turn it down a little bit. Now, if you want to spice your jam up a little bit, you can add some black pepper. And I think I will. So, just guessing this. Spicy jam. There we are. Totally optional. You can always add a bit more later on if it's not warm enough for you, or is it warm? I suppose it is warm, yeah. Spicy warm. And in with the first batch of thyme leaves. Get some of that flavour going. I'll pick a few more in a second. It's quite funny calling it a jam because people tend to associate jam with really sweet things or desserts. But this is quite a savoury one, really. Okay then, that's about 10 minutes. You can see that the onions are like well, not quite see-through, but translucent. That's what we're after. So, in with some liquids. Right, 60 ml of red wine vinegar. Like I said, guys, it's all rough. And another unusual thing with this recipe is it uses quite a high proportion of balsamic vinegar. So 80 ml of this one. Look how thick that is. That'll do. Ooh. And all we can do now is just let this cook for about 10 minutes. Not too hot, just let it simmer away. Get the onions even softer. Meanwhile, I'm off to put, I think 4, looking at that lot, maybe 3. I'll put 4 jars this size. What are they, 190 ml? Get them in the oven, get them sterilising. Okay then, that's been 10 minutes. Let's have a quick look in here. You'll see the mix is quite gloopy now and the onions have gone brown. Brown from the balsamic vinegar, not brown from cooking. Okay then, so time to add the rest of the ingredients. In with the sugar, 200 grams. In with the lemon zest, if it will come off the... Got a bit of static cling there, guys. And the lemon juice, saving the pips. No pips in that one, so I'll just pour that straight in. Up the heat a little bit, get it cooking properly. Right, keep an eye on it now. We want about another 10-15 minutes, and then we'll do the dredge test. Okay, then we've got the heat up now, so I suppose it's almost a rolling boil, isn't it? Keep an eye on it now because it will stick to the bottom of the pan. We're going to be looking for the dredge test where we pull it across and we leave a little trench behind us, but we're nowhere near ready yet. Back in a bit. Well, that's about 10 minutes into the cooking. And we're not too far off, but I think another 10 minutes yet. But look how dark that's gone. That's the sugar caramelising and the balsamic vinegar. And I've done a little sneaky taste with the spoon and it is lovely. Okay, that's just about it. By the time I get the jars out of the oven, we'll be done. So, back in a few minutes. And as predicted, 2 minutes later, that is perfect. Filling itself in within 2 or 3 seconds. Right then, start jarring up. Last thing I put in is a few more fresh thyme leaves, and I was going to put some dried thyme leaves in, but I haven't got any. So I'm just going to drop some tarragon in. I love the smell of tarragon. Doesn't say if this is Russian or French, but I don't know if you know, but you can only grow Russian from seed. That'll do. Oh yeah. Now a bit more of that, a bit more. Yep. Okay, now I am very, very ambitious, even with 3 jars. I'm thinking there's only going to be 2. Oh. And they're just out the oven. 110 degrees Celsius. Just leave them in there. They've been in for 20 minutes or so. Yeah, this is going to be very, very ambitious, actually. Sticky as you like already. Oh, dear me. Oops, made a mess of that. Whew. Well, 1.5 even. Very sticky, sticky jam. If you've got a jar left over, pop your lid on, seal it, and it's still sterilised. Right, wet cloth, and we'll sort this out, get these mess off. That is surprising, that, from 4 onions. Right, quick taste of this one for you. It's baking hot still, and it will mature. A bit of onion, here we are. Oh, it's gooey as hell. Oh yeah. Big chunk of cheese, great big piece of cottage loaf. Oh, that'd be brilliant. But I'm going to leave it a few weeks to mature. So, well, there you are, guys. 2 1 3/4 190ml jars of onion jam, and I tell you what, it tastes good already.